Guys, here we go. Unit 6, Part 2. Lesson 2, Part 2. Okay, so now it's going to kind of go to a little bit different realm, and this kind of helps set up like the unit circle idea and thinking about things in terms of coordinates. So with coordinates, we bring x and y into the fold. What you have to understand about this is you need to think about it directly where it's at. What I'm saying is if I look at this, this is an x distance because it's lateral movement. This is a y distance, it's vertical movement. Okay, that's the hardest thing people couldn't understand last class. It's on the coordinate. Think about x as your lateral, y is your vertical. So if I say that to you, I cover this up. It's on your book though. Why does sine go with y? Because it's the opposite, exactly. Angle, opposite is y. That's why it's in the terms of y over r, because r is our hypotenuse. R, yes. Okay, y over r. So what would cosine be? X over r. What would tangent be? Y over x. Good. So with this, I want you to get this, please. Okay, come on, guys. Come back. Okay, x over r and y over x. Okay, you need to understand that sine goes with y, cosine goes with x in terms of movement. That's going to help make sense of the next couple lines. Okay, so if I have this angle, we say this angle is 0, then what happens to your hypotenuse? Yeah, it collapses. It's down here. It's on our other line. So we essentially have, there's no triangle anymore because you don't have any degree measure. It's just a line on top of a line. So if that's the case, what would sine of 0 degrees be? So if I say this is 0, what's the height of my y? 0. What's 0 over anything? So sine of 0 is 0. Here's what I want you to think about. Sine of 0 puts me here, right? In terms of like, if I'm talking about angle movement, it's right here. What's the y value here?
0.
0. I haven't moved up or down, right? Ah, yeah. So its sine goes with y. Okay? So let's look at this. Cosine of 0. 1. Good. Okay? Because it's going to be x over r. But if there's nothing here, this is going to collapse down. So it's essentially going to be r over r, which is 1. Okay, so how that explains, or another way you can think about it, is right here, this coordinate is like 1, 0. 1 for x. Tangent would be 0 as well. Good, Haas. 0 over x. Any 0 over anything is 0. Okay? I guess you are. So let's think now, what about sine of 90? Sine of 90.
1.
Yep, 1 because 90 straight up and down, yeah.
I'm 3 for 3, buddy.
Because look, guys, if this is 90, that means that this is going to be 90 as well. So what happens is essentially stacked on top of itself again, but just on this spot. Okay, so this is going to be 0, 1. Sine there, y, correct? So it's going to be 1. Gets r over r again. Cosine of 90. Yep. 0 over r, 0. Tangent. Why? He's right. You can't do it. It's undefined. He's still right, technically. So.
No, I asked Banker. Did I come to see you before this?
No, not yet. Unless he's seen my notes. I don't know. He's got them. It's undefined. He just gets the pattern. Okay? Well, but he still has to set it up. I mean, he has to know what numbers to put in. If it's 0. I don't think he needs to type in if it's 0 or undefined. Still works.
You guys are just jealous.
So sine 90, 1, cosine 90, 0. Tan 90 is undefined because you can't do it. You can't divide by 0. Shh. What's that? Easy, easy, easy. Okay, so let's look at the patterns here. So we're going sine x degrees. So we're looking at sine for the given degree. So we already did that. So sine of 0, we did this already. It was 0. And then you could go put the decimals in here. I'll help you out. If you don't want to punch it in, that's fine.
What is that after the
7, 7. Point 87, 0.94, 0.98, and 1. Yep, it kind of does, because when it gets off the ground, it kind of gets going, and then as it gets to the center point, which the center point is 45, it gets smaller because it starts to separate back towards the other side. Like the closer you are to 90, the smaller it's going to grow, but the farther from 90, the bigger it's going to grow, because of the size, like the size of that, the length of that side gets bigger the farther from 45 you are. Okay. So as the angle 0 to 90 increases, it goes from 0 to 1. So just understanding your ratio for sine is between 0 and 1. We're almost done. Went way smoother with you guys. All right. So number 7, last thing here. Draw a right triangle LMN. So it's asking us to draw this ourselves. I'll cheat and use this guy. Okay. So L is 90, so that's right there. N we'll put right there, and M we'll put right there. Actually, I want them on the outside. N, that's where the X is, and then M. Write an expression for the measurement of M in terms of X. Guys, it's not an answer. Last class, wait, why didn't you get an answer? Because we don't know all the values. It just wants an expression. What's the expression for this value? Good. 90 minus X. Very good. Right? Because 90 minus the other angle gives us the value of the other angle, because the whole thing has to be 180. So now they say explain using ratios why sine x is equal to cosine 90 minus x. Everybody all confused about this, but sine of x, I'm just going to make it sine of n. Is that okay? And then I'm going to make cosine 90 minus x is what? It's m, right? We just said that. So I'm going to say cosine of m. Let's set this up. Sine of n is what ratio? Lm over nm. Cosine of m is ln. Oh, nope, adjacent. Lm over nm. You just proved that they're equivalent. So let me show you that again. Sine n equals cos m. Where we got the n from was because that's what they asked us. Sine of x is in the n spot. Cos of m, 90 minus x is this spot, which is m. So I just use the letters just to be a little easier. Sine of n, again, is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is lm. Hypotenuse is nm. Cosine of this spot, adjacent, lm, over hypotenuse, nm. You just proved that they're equivalent. Okay? So what you can get from that is sine from this corner is equivalent to cosine from this corner, and vice versa. So complete the following using the angle between 0 and 90. If sine of 20, what is that equivalent to? Cosine of 70. Ripping today.
Oh, I don't get, why is it 70 again?
70 plus 20 is 90, so it's the counterpart. Yeah, it's the counterpart. What's that? Right, so what is it there, Kyle? 82, yep. And that's it. Okay, you guys did great. Good work.